Is unlimited proudly presents.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the debut episode of the Diz Unlimited podcast. I'm Craig Williams, and today I am joined alongside a bunch of excellent friends, and they are Rhino Clavin.
Hello.
We have John Magi,
Hi, everybody.
Kevin Close,
Hello, everyone.
and Corey Martin.
I'm just happy to be here.
Excellent. I'm happy you're here too. I'm happy everyone out there is joining us. It feels very good to be back doing a panel discussion after quite a little bit of time there, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited to talk Disney with everyone today. So before we get started, I do want to remind you that this is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. If you like our content, you want to support us, you can always book a vacation through Dreams Unlimited Travel. It'll cost you no extra money, and you get the support of one of the amazing Dreams Unlimited travel agents. So head over to dreamsunlimitedtravel.com today for a free, no obligation quote. And beyond that, too, we still have our Patreon, and you will be able to start seeing us do Patreon post shows after we are finished with our Tuesday discussion. So that is not changing at all. And we look forward to seeing all of our Patreon supporters after we are done with this show. But before we get going into all this, I just wanted to ask everyone, how are you doing today? We having a good day?
Yeah, going to give away how the sausage is made. We had a few technical issues before we got started, but it wouldn't be a show if we didn't have technical issues, right? That's par for the course.
Absolutely. So it's, you know what? We've gotten through it, and we will continue to push through to this episode. But obviously, things do look different. So I am going to first start off this show by giving a shout out to Jimmy. He is part of our team, and specifically, he works as part of the Sea Disney team, and he did an awesome job working on our new logo, imagery, everything that we are utilizing for the show. So it's all thanks to his hard work, so thank you very much, Jimmy. But then also, too, I want to give a shout out to Chris, a good friend of the show. He is the one who is responsible for our music now, our new intro music that, of course, is different from the Diz Unplugged intro music. And he had not a huge time to be able to work on it and give us something that felt like it fit the new look and vibe that we were going with. But I think he knocked it out of the park. It has, it has that futuristic sound going with it, but at the same time too, it also, feels like a little touch of the past in there as well. So I think it's a perfect fit for this show. But before we jump into the news and everything that we're going to discuss today, I do want to just start off by explaining a few things with this show. And so I have it scripted out, so you're going to see me kind of read over from my script here, but I thought about it for a little while. I'm like, I do not have the ability to riff that much and go off book, so I need to have some notes in front of me, and I'm going to try not to, stumble over myself here. But ultimately, the past couple of months have been far from easy for all of us here, and we've had to forge a new path forward. And some of my most cherished memories and closest friends are all because of the Diz, but there's also been dark moments where I'm left feeling like I'm looking for the light on the horizon. And right now, as a group, I can say we see that light, and we are choosing to continue moving forward towards it. And that leads us to the Diz Unlimited. It's never an easy decision to change a brand, and while we've had plenty of reasons why to change it, ultimately this new name binds us together as a team. And it's not just one of us. This is now all of us. And Unlimited has, it's been part of Dreams Unlimited Travel for as long as Dream Unlimited Travel has been around. And I think it's also the perfect word to describe our current mantra. Plus, obviously, there's excellent brand synergy in there by including travel, but we're cutting loose and we're not putting limits on ourselves, the content we create, or where we actually want to go. The Diz may have started as a Disney information station, but it's more or less transformed into a destination information station, and we ultimately want that to continue to grow. Part of that growth is a new studio, which we are ultimately not in, and quite frankly, I think we all thought it would be easier to find a space that checks everything off that we needed to be able to put on our show, and that's just proven to be way more difficult than we thought. So that will be coming one day, and I'm sure that we'll have more challenges like finding a studio to overcome in the future. And I'm going to end this now because I feel like I've been going on a little long here, but Walt Disney was once interviewed about his difficulty obtaining money from banks early in his career and was quoted as saying, "I found the way to get started was the best way to get started was to quit talking and begin doing it." And at this point, I'm going to quit talking so we can begin doing this. And I hope you all stay for the ride that we are about to go on here. So with that, I'm going to kick it over to Rhino with our news portion. Take it away, Rhino.
Okay, I'm starting this off with, I feel like, fairly dense information, so that's always fun. I'm going to talk about the early booking offer that has been released for Walt Disney World Resort for 2024. It would seem that Walt Disney World is trying to lure people back with some deals. The best ones being if you book by December 15th, 2023. But if you can't commit to that, there's still some deals. But the best deals for booking, like I said, are before December 15th. So the best part about this offer is that it is combinable with the current Dreams Unlimited Travel gift card promotion. So a discount, a gift card, and the help of one of the expert agents by Grapthar's Hammer. What a savings. Okay, so let me go over the different deals. Like I said, this material is going to be a little dense, but just so everyone knows, this is for travel mostly from January through the end of March 2024, and it's from 1 to 14 nights length of stay. And I'll go over more of that in like 20 minutes when I'm done with this part. But there are 5 different savings categories. There's a chance to save 30%, 25%, 20%, 15%, and 10%. So we're going to start off with the save 30% off category. So save up to 30% when you book by December 15th, 2023 on stays most nights February 25th, 2024 through March 24th, 2024. And then you can save up to 25% on stays most Sunday to Thursday nights from January 9th, 2024 through February 22nd, 2024. And when you book on or after December 16th, you can save up to 25% on most nights February 25th through March 24th. Save up to 20% on stays Sunday to Thursday nights from January 9th through February 24th. Okay, so the resorts that are included in that save up to 30% category are Bay Lake Tower, Contemporary Resort, Disney's Animal Kingdom Villas, the Jambo House and Kidani Village, Disney's Boardwalk Inn, Disney's Contemporary Resort, Old Key West Resort, Riviera, Saratoga, Wilderness Lodge, Yacht Club, the villas at Disney's Grand Floridian and Resort Spa, and that's it for the save up to 30% category. So save up to 25% when you book by December 15th. Most nights February 25th through March 24th. You can save up to 20% on stays Sunday to Thursday nights from January 9th through February 22nd. And then if you book after December 16th, you can save up to 20% on most nights February 25th through March 24th, or save up to 15% on stays most Sunday to Thursday nights from January 9th through February 22nd. And the resorts included in that category are the cabins at Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground. There's Disney's Beach Club Resort, Coronado Springs, Grand Floridian, and then Port Orleans Resort, both French Quarter and Riverside. So when you book by December 15th, 2023, you can save up to 20% on stays most nights February 25th through March 24th, or save up to
Hey,
15%.
Rhino.
Yes,
Rhino, can I
yeah,
jump in for a second? I
please,
love
John. I
that
would
you're
love
going
it.
through this, but this is a lot. So the thing with these promotions is, right, there's a lot of different scenarios and how much you can save depending on the resort you book and all of that stuff. So I don't know that us giving the details right now is the most important part. All of the information is on the Diz. Go out, find the promotion, take a look at it. But one of the things I wanted to make sure that folks understand is that this is not the only offer out there. There are several discounts depending on specialty things, specialty groups like Disney Plus subscribers, Disney Visa holders, Florida residents. There's also a broad room only offer that includes stays even earlier than the one Rhino's talking about. So there's quite a few offers out there. So it's really important that you go through, you read them all, and see what fits you the best. But I do want to point out one thing that it's gotten very little attention and not many people are talking about it, is that right now at Walt Disney World, there's a really great bounce back offer. If you're staying at a resort, you should see a tent card or something in your room that mentions rebooking within 7 days of checking out of your current visit. And this offers some really good savings. As a matter of fact, I asked my agents, what's the best deal out there? And right now, the bounce back is the best deal out there. Similar to the other offers, percentage off depending on the resort you pick. There are dates that it applies to and some blackout dates. But what you want to do is you want to just make sure you're kind of looking at all of the offers. And that's what your Dreams Unlimited travel agent will do. This is what they're great at. They figure out your stay and they took everything into consideration and apply the best discount. And of course, this all can be combined with our current Disney gift card promotion we're offering for package clients who travel before the end of March of 2024. You can get a gift card based on based on the amount of your package, excuse me. And that's exclusive from Dreams Unlimited Travel. So here's a way for you to stack discounts. Book one of these really great offers, get your Disney gift card from Dreams Unlimited Travel, put those together. I also want to point out that while you can't combine these offers that Disney is offering, you can switch. So if Disney comes out with a new offer, which is very, very possible, going to be honest with you, what I'm hearing is the words that have been told to me is we are in the season of offers. So it is not going to be unlikely if we don't see more offers coming out. So the good news is if you book something now and something better comes out, you're not locked into that offer. So I want to make sure folks, don't get too panicky about, oh, there's this date and this resort and that sort of thing. Book what you want, get the discount you want, and then go through and sort of see what else is out there that may or may not come up. I apologize for jumping in, Rhino. I think,
No,
these offers are dense, as you mentioned, and it just doesn't make any sense for us to read them off. I don't know that anybody's taking notes.
yeah, well, that was what I thought when I was writing them out, and it was also just brought to my attention. I copied and pasted them from my notes in the wrong order to read them, so it's fine. It's fine. It's great.
John,
But yeah,
Unlimited.
okay.
John,
Yes, sir.
I didn't know if you were going to announce that
Okay,
we're
this is just not
renaming.
fair. He has his dog on the screen.
No, well, look, here's the thing. I'm extremely nervous that somebody's going to knock on our door and she's going to go crazy. I mean, a mosquito hits our door and she'll keep barking. So to keep it quiet. But I was wondering if you were going to announce that we're renaming Dreams Unlimited to Dreams Unplugged. If we're going to do that, or just wait till later.
I think for now, I've had enough change in my life. I believe if one more thing changes, my head might explode. So let's keep it as is. I'm excited.
All
I'm
right.
excited about the new name. Listen, I know we're in the middle of the news, and I apologize, but I'm kind of amped up here. the team's been working so hard on our new branding and our new icons and our new name and the music and everything and the look and the feel of the show. It's really exciting. It's exciting to take this step forward. And I want to take a minute to just let you guys know that I'm super proud of you. You all worked really hard and you continue to work really hard. And you know what? It shows. So good job, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sean.
Appreciate it. Can I jump in for a second and give a big shout out to Rhino, Craig, and Erica for keeping the channel alive while we were all doing our thing. So, guys, it wouldn't have lasted without you.
Well,
I agree. Good job.
Thank you. So, John, you said it's the season of discounts. I don't want to stay on this too much longer, but do you feel like this season's ever going to end? Because I know a lot of people are looking at the discounts and saying, oh, it's because the parks are dead. And, you know, I was at Magic Kingdom on Saturday morning, and while it was like nice and quiet for a little bit, it then very much felt like a Magic Kingdom on a Saturday afternoon by the time it got to that. All the issues with, you know, it's dead or it's then insanely busy. It just feels like whoever you talk to on whatever day of the week, it's always different. But ultimately, these discounts wouldn't keep going if it didn't seem like everything was soft. But does it seem like there's going to be something in the future that indicates, okay, these discounts eventually they're not gonna be around forever. So if you want to take advantage now because they're going to be gone soon. Does it seem like it's getting to that?
I think this is a good indication that resorts are soft. Kevin and I went to Epcot on Saturday and it was insanely busy. So parks seem busy, but apparently resorts are soft. So the only tipping point is going to be when Disney decides that they've got enough heads on beds that they don't need to run discounts anymore. I can tell you from the meetings I've been in, the numbers are definitely soft for all of 2024. So, you know, we know how the business ebbs and flows, and we know that it's going to start to pick up. And the beginning of the year, we'll get a lot more bookings and people will fill in those dates as they figure out their vacation and they come together as a family and figure out their future vacations. But Disney is now trying to sort of fill in these closer months that aren't as busy. So now through March, not as busy as they like it to be, not as many people in resorts. So they're going to keep pounding these discounts. But as the rest of the year fleshes out, until they're at a point where they think they've got enough people staying in a Disney resort, then they will pull back on the discounts. However, I've been in meetings and I've been in discussions, and one of the things we tell them is, listen, these discounts are great, and we love that people are saving money, but there's other factors that are keeping people out of your resorts. The fact that there's no easy transportation. Mm-hmm. Magical Express is gone. The fact that the Genie Plus and the Lightning Lanes have made a Disney vacation more complicated for folks. There's other factors involved that's not just price. And I think until we see that stuff return, that you might still see discounts going forward.
Yep. Well, sorry.
Bonus show.
That's
all the time we have. That's all the time we have.
That's going to be our time's up button.
Craig's playing.
I messed that one up. Hey, you know what? Rhino getting the order wrong. That one was on him. This one was on me. So maybe there will be a day where Disney caves and starts bringing back all those perks that everyone wants. But it seems like that'll be a long time from now. But Rhino, let's move on to the next news story.
Well, this one's also a real dense one here. Walt Disney World has a Disney Water Park seasonal pass that is a pretty good value. It's $79 plus tax, and it's good through May 24th, 2024. And that is good at both Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon, whichever is open. Blizzard Beach is currently closed, but not bad considering a one-day water park ticket is $69. The end.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a it's a great deal in terms of the price, because yeah, $69 for a regular water park ticket, and for $10 extra, you can go as much as you want. I don't love water parks anymore because I don't love my body, and that's a personal thing, but it's just what I have to deal with. But ultimately, like, it sounds really weird, but you could plan an entire vacation around now just going to the water parks in that way. So if you know that it's only going to cost, everyone in your family $79, and you can just keep going to the water parks over and over again for a couple days in a row, that's not a bad little vacation.
Yeah.
Can I give a quick little tip? If you decide to go to these water parks and you decide to go down these free fall slides like Summit Plummet, Humunga Cowabunga, cross your legs and squeeze your cheeks to prevent a wedgie. Did you see the story about the couple that's suing Disney because she went down the Humunga Cowabunga and got like a severe wedgie?
I've read that the damages are much worse than that. They're being polite, but she is severely injured. That's what I've read.
Yeah, so I would just suggest definitely cross your legs. I mean, I worked at Blizzard Beach, and it's pretty insane how fast you go. So, just saying, little tip.
Play that music thing again, Craig.
No, not again. So,
Yeah.
well, Rhino, why don't you take us into the final news story?
Is it dense?
Okay. It's pretty dense.
It's
this
not
one's
dense.
maybe more dense than the last one. As of October 1st, 2023, guests were once again able to sail across Bay Lake between Disney's Contemporary Resort, Disney's Wilderness Lodge, and Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground on the watercraft's Blue Route. This route will be available to guests daily beginning at 3 p.m., making it easy to grab a late lunch or dinner at a neighboring resort. I thought this was open for a while, so I'm clearly terrible at my job, hence why I am not one of the travel agents. So I didn't, who knew? The end.
What's nice about this is one of those things where they're incrementally sort of tweaking things back. There weren't trams for a while, parking lot trams, and now there's this other transportation. It feels like slowly but surely things are coming back that used to be around pre-COVID. So that's the way I see it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like, we noticed it a couple. Yeah, I mean, it was a couple months ago now, but like when we went to do our reviews at Fort Wilderness, and it was like, well, it'd be really great now if we could, go over to one of the other resorts that's right over here and, continue our little party. But it's like, nope, from Fort Wilderness right now, our option is we get to either go back to the bus loop and go on our way from there, or we can take the boat to Magic Kingdom and then decide where we want to go from there. So yeah, it's only after 3:00, but at the same time too, like, that's when everyone's at the resorts. It's going to be wanting to bounce around that different area, having dinner in a different location. I mean, it definitely ups the value of those resorts having that internal loop around, so that way you feel like it's a little extra perk of being able to stay there, that it connects you to more. So I know when my family used to stay at Wilderness Lodge all the time, we always took advantage of having the boats interconnect within the different resorts. So it's convenient. It's not as convenient as like say over at Yacht and Beach Club with the boardwalk, because when you're feeling really lazy and you don't want to walk over, it's nice being able to just take that friendship boat all the way across there, that far distance. But it's still a nice little perk nonetheless. But yeah, that's
sometimes it's beyond just being a perk. I mean, for some of this, it's fun, right? It's almost like we talk about days where you don't do park days and things. People are doing like the Skyliner just for fun. You could do these boat rides just because they're a great way to relax and see different parts of Disney property. It doesn't have to be about being efficient. It could just be another added thing to your vacation.
I agree with that. So, Rhino, I think that's it for the news, right?
Can I jump in for a second? I want to make sure, like, what I said about the story. I feel like I need to do some damage control. Look, my first show back, and I'm already. I don't want it to come across as being insensitive. I was actually. It's a rule. I mean, it's something we told people to do a lot, because cross your legs going down these slides, and it was for a reason. So I want to make sure that I didn't come across as insensitive. Her injuries are serious, so I had to say that. So I'm not doing damage control in the comments later.
The wake from your backpedaling is strong.
I tell you, it's
not as strong as one of those boats.
Oh man!
Do you want me to play the intro again? I can play the intro.
Yeah, I think we should start over.
It was actually requested.
I'm not going to. I'm gonna hold off. We'll just move on from there. But that's going to then do it for the news, I believe. And now we are going to talk about what's happening in our different Disney worlds. And I believe John was going to speak a lot about all the different discounts out there for his. So that's already been taken care of. We're going to avoid that. I will play that's what I'm going to start doing now. I'm just going to play the intro every single time that if someone needs cut off. And I'll do it to myself too. Sometimes I recognize I'm stuck in a loop and I need to just end, so I'm willing to do it to myself. But we will start with Kevin, because I know he has some updates to give us. So, Kevin, why don't you take it away?
Teresa is on a Backstage Magic right now. I apologize for sounding stilted. The feedback and the delay is making me nuts. Teresa's on a Backstage Magic right now. If you follow her on X Twitter, Instagram, she's posting pictures. Today's their big day. They're going to the studios and Imagineering and then on to Disneyland. If you'd like to be one of those people who do this next year, we have dates June 30th through July 5th. Do I sound drunk to you guys?
Like a little.
A little bit.
What else is new, Kevin? Come on now.
Kevin, he had his glass
pull one of your
wine
headsets out.
Started.
He did have a glass of wine. Pull one of your headsets out. Let's see if at least it doesn't be such a bad feedback in your own ears.
I swear to God, I'm not drunk. The dates are July 30th through July 5th. The dates are June 30th through July 5th. The dates are December 8th through December 13th. The cost for 2 adults is $9,998. It's $49.99 per person, double occupancy. Single guests are $1 less than $7,000, and children are $4,749. That's it.
So these are
right to me.
These are our exclusive podcast groups. Like this group got a chance to travel with Teresa, and she's having a great time. So we don't know who's going next year. We'll figure that out as we get closer. But if you want to travel with folks from the podcast team, it's a great way to do it. You're on an exclusive group. You can write to Kevin at dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. I also gave Craig a link that he'll put in the show notes for our booking engine, so you can go and you can get pricing and see pricing. This is the ultimate Disney fan trip. This is the trip you want to be on when you're a Disney fan. You do all the great stuff. You start in Hollywood, where you go talk about how Walt's arrival in Hollywood. You go to Henson Studios. You go to Walt's Barn. Then, not going to give you step by step. The next day is the big day. That's where they go to Imagineering and ABC Studios. And then
Disney Studios.
I apologize. And then you wind up in Disneyland with incredible backstage exclusive experiences that you can only get on an Adventures by Disney trip. So this is truly the Disney fans trip that you want to take. Kevin mentioned the dates. We have some dates in the summer for our educators and our kids who want to go, so you don't have to take off from school, and then further in the year. What's really cool is Teresa's group right now is there during Halloween, which one of the best times to be at Disneyland besides Christmas is Halloween, and they're going to Oogie Boogie Bash. Did I say that right?
Yes.
It's the French pronunciation, yeah.
Is that the French pronunciation?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Okay, bouquet. So that's a really exciting sort of extra perk that our group got. That's not included in a
That
regular
was the
trip.
RuPaul pronunciation.
Yeah. I was thinking Moira Rose.
Where is Bebe's chamber?
The Oogie Boogie Bash.
So
How
Very,
did
very,
this
very-
man die?
welcome to the Moira Rose podcast. So yeah, really excited. We're excited about these trips. We hope you folks will join us for them. Again, they're the gateway drug, and who knows who will have a chance to go this trip.
Oh, we will wait and see. It won't be me, but I look forward to seeing who
know
else
that.
it is.
That's rude.
I know it won't be. I don't have the time. I just don't. So
You've
I'm sorry.
gone in the
I'm
past.
too busy. I had the time then. I had it.
As
It
John
just slipped
Kennedy
away.
said, you accompanied Kylie.
Is that what he said?
Well, he said, I accompanied Jackie Kennedy to Europe.
I was gonna say that's like really spot on if that's what he actually said, but I mean I get to an extent, yeah, I went with Kylie, but so I
I meant
think
they
Ryan,
liked her better.
yeah, they did. I mean that's usually always the case,
I'll,
but
I'll go with Kylie then. If you're going to refuse a trip based on her your availability, you watch the baby.
yeah, I'll
The
stay at
baby.
home with the baby, and you and Kylie can go. It'll be perfect. But Rhino, you're gonna lift our hearts up and warm them up a little bit right now, I believe,
Yeah. So
or you're not.
Well, who knows? So last night I was doing my right before bed mindless scroll that then just sent me into a emotional moment. I came across this post on it was shared on Twitter or whatever we want to call it now. I don't care. And it was I'm watching this video. So I'm watching part 2 of a video without realizing I'm watching part 2 after it happened. So this woman is, it's a repost of a TikTok, and she's talking about these 2 boys that were at Magic Kingdom the other night, and their names are Drew and Tyler. And she was just kind of talking about everywhere they go, people treated them like celebrities and recognized them from online and stuff like that. And I got halfway through this video and I was like, oh no. I was like, I'm going to have to figure out what's going on here. So it turns out one of these children has brain cancer. This started because this person, I believe their name is Khan, made a Facebook post, or someone in the family, the children's family made a post that said, "We are coming to the party tonight, Friday, 9/29, to make magical memories. My older nephew, Drew, is fighting pediatric brain cancer for the 3rd time, and his recent clinical trial failed. While we are searching for a miracle, we are making memories. Drew and his super sibling, Tyler, think they are famous. So if you're going tonight and you happen to see them and want to create pixie dust, just recognizing them as celebrities excites them." And then this person, Khan, who goes by Not Khan Jr., made a TikTok about that post, and apparently this blew up and went like everywhere. So people were recognizing them just because of this one post, and this video has them it was guests, it was cast members, it was characters. There was a video in the TikTok that shows Winnie the Pooh and a bunch of they met Winnie the Pooh because the whole family went as the different characters Pooh, Tigger, Piglet, and I don't know who else, but it was just I'm crying while I'm watching this happen, because it was just one of those stories where you're like, man, it wasn't just that it was at Disney. It was sort of this emotional thing about being wow, look what just a little bit of kindness can do for so many people. But I would really encourage people to like check out this TikTok, even if it's just the one, just this one by the not Khan Jr. It's Kahn Khan, because it is like what happened for these kids and this family is just like unforgettable, magic and memories and everything. But it was just so heartwarming to like go through, and like this woman's crying while she's doing the TikTok, and I'm over here like bawling my eyes out and just like thinking like these children didn't even like I just. It was nice to see this really the power of what social media can do when it's used for something so positive like this, and that sort of effect. And I feel like we don't see that as often as we did, even at the beginning of the pandemic or during the pandemic. And so it was just really nice to see that sort of like love and kindness spread out, because it takes so little to make somebody's day, and you don't know what they're going through, because this is an illness that this child has that you wouldn't know, looking at them, and something to keep in mind when we are talking with or seeing or dealing with other people is that we have no idea what's going on with them, and just saying like, hey, have a nice day, that can be somebody's entire world. So it was very emotional. It was that little bit of like, I was just like, I don't know, like touched.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a really cool story. That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm telling you, the TikTok you will like cry, because this woman, she actually met them too at the park, but only for like a briefly, but she like goes through the whole thing, and it was like, everywhere they went, and it wasn't like an organized effort. That's the craziest part. It was just these people who had seen this thing on a whim online. So I think that's just like so beautiful.
Yeah, the Not Con Jr. had, I think, like 1 million followers. So luckily, like that's a big reach. Then once you start getting more people to share it out there and start pushing it around, but they clearly did, and like it is so incredible to watch. I would have included it kind of playing in the background of it, but I also felt weird about including someone else's TikTok in it and showing off the kids in that way. So I opted not to, but it is such a beautiful thing to watch. Like the hot ticket this year at Not So Scary Halloween Party has been the Seven Dwarfs, because they've returned after so many years of not being at the party. And like you can see in the video that like the dwarves are going up and over the wall trying to talk to the kids, because just every single person in there got the memo, like treat them like they're absolute celebrities, and they did. And it's like it's pure Disney magic, not to be that guy in that way, but I don't know what else you call it. Like I don't see that kind of happening just anywhere in the world. Like that's something that can only happen at Disney. So it's really beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's like what you said. It's just that power to change people. And the kids, in the pictures I saw, it's not like the kids had lanyards or buttons or anything that really distinguished them, I don't think, from anybody else in the crowd. So it really is that sort of like magical thing that can happen. I think you worded it great, Craig. It was just nice to see that sort of like Disney pure magic in action, right now. Like this was just days ago.
Yeah, I need to go check it out.
So where, in my opinion, there's Disney magic lacking is what's happening in my world. And that's that I've been visiting Epcot more than like any other park recently right now. And so on September 22nd, the 100th anniversary events officially kicked off at Epcot. And of course, Luminous, the Symphony of Us is the big thing, the new fireworks show that'll be coming back in, debuting in December. So right now, all you kind of have at Epcot for the 100th anniversary is there's banners placed around the park, which I feel like, they do that for every single festival. So it's not really like there's a lot of effort in there. They do have Mickey and Minnie meeting inside of Imagination Pavilion, where you can go and see the Disney Pixar and Disney Pixar shorts. So they're like right in there. And I know when you're looking, if you're watching this, not listening, and you look at the backdrop of it, you're like, wow, they went all out with this, but they really didn't. It's like, it looks nice right there, but it just feels like for 100th anniversary costumes in that way, you just feel like they would put more effort into it all, and it feels like they missed the mark. And then, of course, too, you have the Mickey statue that they added in, started in Disneyland, and now it's out here too. And I think this is going to look great one day once the construction walls are down behind it and the hedge can be knocked down. But right now, it's just like, God, the never-ending construction just ruins that perfect picture. And the thing that drives me nuts with it, I'm sorry I had to get so negative after Rhino just got so positive and heartwarming there, but the thing that kills me more than anything else is the mural with all of the characters, because they literally just placed it on the construction walls as you're moving from Imagination towards the World Showcase in there. And so at Epcot, after about like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, that wall is creating shade. So everyone is trying to walk in the shade, as you can see from the image here. So when it's super busy, no one can even actually stand and look at the mural just like they're supposed to, which is all part of it, because everyone is trying to crowd into the narrow strip of shade that they can possibly find.
I was going to say, it's funny. This is a really good picture. When we were there, it was like, this is the most narrowest pinch point you could go through. I mean, this picture looks like it's on this big, expansive part of the walkway, but it's really not. So it's kind of like, it's weird the way they've placed it.
Yeah. And I had to wait there a long time, and I probably had some better photos and videos of it, but that was like, it was so hard to find the right one, but it just, I'm still going to hold out hope for Luminous. And then there's also the nighttime Spaceship Earth show. So, it's like you have that in there, but I'm just so bummed out that right now the 100th anniversary start at Epcot just feels so underwhelming. And I know we talked about it leading up to it, but it just, now that it's here, it's like, I wish they would have just waited until the fireworks show was ready and then kicked everything off in a big way. I think we'd all be looking at it differently, but it's not there right now. So it's just a lesson for anyone out there right now. Go and enjoy, take the photos if this is your only time to be there, but don't go in expecting that Epcot went all out with the celebration. Yes, they opened up a couple extra food and wine booths that were going to inevitably open anyways. Just go and enjoy Epcot for what it is. Let the celebration little stuff just be kind of in the back of your head. And it's cute when you see it, but it's not worth traveling to Epcot right now. Maybe the fireworks show will make it worth it that one day, but not right now. So, John and Kevin, I know you were there. Do you kind of feel the same way? Did you even notice the stuff besides the choke point?
We came around that wall, and it was like, look, there's something painted on this wall. And you kind of had to stand back and take a look and try to figure it out. Epcot
there were people standing there looking at the different characters and trying to find their favorite characters. So people were enjoying it. We went to see Moana, The Shape of Water, Behind the Water, Under the Water.
Broken Water.
Broken Water.
I've got to get there. Yeah.
And it was closed for maintenance. What's it been open? 2 weeks?
No, it's been testing for a long time, but it's when I went through the first time, they had, I think, 2 sections closed down. So listen, interactive water, you can't prepare for it. And also,
they've had this for quite a while.
I can go to my sink, right?
Back in front of the Imagination Pavilion, those fountains jumped for like, what, 20,
they
30
still
years,
do.
40 years now? So this is not
they still
new.
do. No, they still do. Hey, listen,
I had a chance to see. I had a chance to see the exhibit. I wanted Kevin to see it because it's actually very, very nice. It's very. It's a very great. But I couldn't because it was down. It's a excellent addition to the park. It feels a little bit out of place to me, but it's a lot of fun. And the kids, this is an incredible place for kids. First of all, everybody. I mean, there were infants playing in those the little what I call mushroom water pods, to older kids making everything jump and kids running through the water. It's really a great place for people of all ages to go and see it.
When it's
open. When it's open. My problem with Epcot is I'm tired of the walls. I'm just tired of it. I mean, it's like, and I know they've got a big project and they're working hard at it, but it makes it a not fun experience. It makes it kind of like I need to get from point A to point B as fast as I can because this is just not exciting or fun for me.
Yeah, now that Finley's off of her back restrictions, we're gonna go. That's our first park we're going to, Epcot, to check it out if it's open.
I mean,
I think Ferris will love it.
Be careful with her back in Journey of Water because it does get pretty intense.
Well, it's mainly the walking. Yeah,
there's this moment at the end of it where everyone together has to wave their hands up in the air for a big wave, and it's pretty physical. It's pretty intense.
I actually thought that was the coolest thing. Everything that was there, I thought that was the best thing that was there.
So it was. We'll talk about it more once it's officially open at October 16th and everyone has a chance to see it. But the one thing I did not predict, though, is that when it's a very windy day, it will close down when it's storming because obviously it's a lot of water around, so they want to be safe. So keep that in mind during Florida thunderstorm season. It could close at any point in time. But if the wind is really bad too, during that last section, you have the opportunity to get absolute drenched because, I mean, when the water is just jumping everywhere and the waves are going up, that wind is just carrying it. So I walked out of it drenched, and it wasn't even raining outside. So it's something to keep in mind as you're going through there. But it's really cute. It's perfect for kids. I will say it a million times over and over again. I wish they would have made it where you walk in at the entrance of the park and then you exit as you're going into World Showcase, and it was just a one way in and one way out, and then people would look at it as oh, this is a cute way to get to a different location rather than this is an attraction I need to experience. But that's just me.
I hear you.
Okay, that's it for our Disney World. So, Rhino, do you want to take us into our final portion of the show here, please?
I sure can. So today we're going to be talking about an article by Zoe Wood that was on the Diz called 9 Compromises You Make to Save Money on Your Disney Vacation. So we're going to go through it one by one, the points that she makes, and do our thing and talk about it. So the first way she says that you can save yourself some money is limit yourself to one special drink per day. Zoe says the drinks add up, so she says get comfortable with water and limit everyone in your group to one special drink daily. This way you get to enjoy something fancy without going overboard, and the added hydration of upping your water intake will do wonders for your energy and endurance in the hot weather.
I mean, she's insane, but
I was gonna say I feel like my Disney attractions are baseline tap house, so I can't
drinks.
Yeah. So, but for some people, I guess I can see, but that's fine.
And I got to tell you, water is not that much cheaper than a specialty drink. A bottle of water these days at Disney is quite expensive. I think it's. I don't want to jump ahead, but I think it's all about priorities, right? You want to go and you want to enjoy an adult beverage and hang out, and that's your fun part of it. Kevin and I don't drink, so we might want to have a nicer meal than worry about having alcohol. It's all about figuring out what your priorities are and, carving your way through those.
Yeah, absolutely. If I'm in Magic Kingdom, I can stick to this. I don't need to have any drinks while I'm in Magic Kingdom. So
except for what you brought.
Easy. No, I don't do
In
that
that
anymore.
backpack.
Pre-drink for the Magic Kingdom.
Man.
What are the boots
the
at?
camel pack.
Food and
I'm not
wine.
going to act like there wasn't days where I used to do that, because there absolutely was. It's been a long time since. No, I have a child now. I've got to be responsible.
I have a child.
One of the
Okay,
booths at
Rhino,
Food
what's
and
number
Wine
2?
called-
Number 2 is set a souvenir budget and stick to it. Agree ahead of time on either a budget for collectibles or a certain number of items you can take home with you. Not only will this stop you from getting that ugly surprise when the bill comes in later on, but it'll also make you more careful about what you take home and ultimately more appreciative of that special something. If anybody is guilty of this, it is definitely me, especially when I'm at Disneyland. I'm really bad about it. You've been there with me. But the limitation of like the suitcase and stuff, I want to say it stops me, but I'm always like, I'll get a cardboard box and mail my clothes home. I don't care.
I think one of the funniest things is you will see adults, specifically men, wearing clothes at Disney World that they would never wear at home.
Yeah.
You know, a crazy, crazy Disney shirts with the characters on them and all these different things. And you think that's going to go in your drawer and you're never going to see it again. So I think that's one of the things you have to keep in mind is, while it seems like I have to have that thing, think twice about, do you really have to have that thing?
See,
yeah,
for me, it's less about the kids wanting souvenirs. It's more about Julie. She's the one that drains my pocketbook. I swear. The kids are cool. They're fine.
I'm guilty of, I had my friend bring me back the Oogie Boogie, the like neon green sweatshirt from the Halloween party at Disney California Adventure. And I'm like, why did I do this? When am I going to be able to wear this? I have 50 sweatshirts and I can't wear any of them here. So I turn the air down real low every now and then and just sit in a corner.
Anyone else enjoying Kevin trying to put his earbuds in?
I mean, I wasn't going to point it out, but you did.
Of course I'm going to point it out.
I went through a purge at one point in time where I realized I was buying every single anniversary shirt, like 25th anniversary of Hollywood Studios, 20th of Animal Kingdom, over and over. I'm like, why did I buy these? Like, you cannot get something that's more specifically dated. Yes, I was there on those days, but I'm like, it's just it's like when you're wearing a concert tee that's like 20 years old. Like it's getting close to the point where you can call it vintage and cool, but it's not quite there yet. And I don't fit in the stuff I fit in high school. So if I'm going by that, I don't know if I'm going to make it in another 20 years in staying in this same weight. So yeah, just be mindful of what you spend your money on. But
now, this is from the two guys. This is from the two guys. If you look at the shelving behind them,
don't look.
But
every inch is full.
You don't.
I found my backdrop on. I found it on Shutterstock, and I paid for it. So yeah, it's a green screen. It's really good. Rhino, what's 3?
Oh, I thought you were asking me a math question. I'm sorry.
It's a number. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a prime number.
Yeah. What do you mean what's 3? No.
It's between 2 and 4.
Yeah. So, the third item here: pack correctly and don't buy apparel. Take the time before you leave to think through what you might need and pack accordingly. At almost $70 a pop, even a single Spirit jersey can set you back in the spending category. Check off those lists, from rain jackets and swimwear to extra socks and hats, to save that extra money when you arrive. And Craig, who is usually my roommate whenever I travel on these things, will attest that I am always a massive overpacker. And I've gotten better about not buying clothes on a vacation. I will say that, because because of my weight fluctuating, I've been like, well, I'm going to outgrow that. So I'd rather have the figurine or something, or save it for a better souvenir. Like that sweatshirt I just said I bought.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 4. Yeah. Skip dessert at the restaurant and get something on the go instead. When dining at table service restaurants, the pricing on the menu is far from the final cost of your experience as a whole. Once you factor in tax and gratuity, it is easy for meals to get out of hand. Repeat this a few times during your stay, and that budget can go right out the window. Make a compromise by not missing out on the food experiences you love, but limiting them to a manageable level of skippable desserts. It's all about your mindset. Extend the evening festivities by going for a walk after dinner and find yourself a quick service item to share. Instead, you'll save on the money and the calories while finishing off your day with a calming stroll.
Okay.
Skip the
I
dessert so
found
you can get
something-
a second drink.
Yeah.
I found something that's noteworthy. It's in the bottom level of Topolino. It's called Prima Piatti, I believe.
Mhm.
They have the best banana bread.
Mm.
It's worth walking to.
I love a good banana bread.
Yeah.
I think most restaurant desserts at Disney are terrible. Like, I have yet to find one where I go, oh, let's go back because I love that dessert. So I think skipping the dessert is easy, and then you can easily get ice cream or banana bread or anything else
See,
afterwards.
I like to do a thing where, like, I'll tell a friend, like when we were at Disneyland recently, my friend came with me, and I told her, I was like, listen, what we should do is whenever we're going to eat something, let's just decide on an item and we'll split that meal in half. So if we're going to like Pim's Test Kitchen, let's just cut that not so little chicken sandwich down the middle, and then that way we can just keep grazing all day. So, I don't know if it's saving money, but I am getting to eat more, and that's what ultimately makes me more happy.
Yeah, I agree with John. As we've eaten at more and more of the table service restaurants lately, it feels like, we've had some great desserts, but at the same time too, I know we usually get to that point and we're kind of saying like, I wouldn't get this if we weren't doing it for a review, but it's good for what it is. But yeah, on my own, I'm not going to do it. I didn't need to get extra over full right there. And I didn't need to spend $14 on a dessert when, you can still walk into Magic Kingdom and go get a awesome cinnamon roll that will also fill your sweet tooth the way it needs to be at a much better price. But that's not the saying, Rhino. Leave me alone.
Okay. I was going to say, you
quench
filling your teeth with
I'm
cinnamon
like,
rolls?
isn't that what you do? I don't brush my teeth. I just like rub cinnamon rolls all over it.
That's where cavities come from.
Yeah. No, I don't think you're right there.
No.
Number 5.
Okay, number 5, take some snacks with you during the day. And I definitely do this. A few snacks in the backpack are worth it. You might decide ahead of time only to purchase one round of snacks per day and then use those you bring with you outside of that, or buy one and share it. Even if everyone gets a few bites of each snack throughout the day, you'll save money and get to try some yummy treats. I always, like, when we're traveling or here or whatever, my backpack always has those apple sauce packets that have vegetables in it, because mentally I think I'm being healthy and forcing myself to eat the veggies in that. And then I will always have like mixed nuts in the bag as well.
For us, it makes my head hurt being in a park and buying like the Uncrustables, because you can get like 14 of them for $15 or something like that. And in the parks are like $6. Mm-hmm. And those are the easiest thing to throw in your backpack. Or Julie's purse. But for us, we definitely bring snacks for the kids. Not really me.
I don't condone it. So in my opinion, snacks are a meal for the week. And if you can't just control yourself between one meal and the next, then that's on you. So
I do always
like
bring,
a meal. Yeah.
I bring 2. Just so we point out here, and Craig can testify, I always have 2 applesauces and 2 nuts in there, and I tell Erica and Craig, you can have one of these. So
this is like a Weight Watchers meeting.
Yeah,
It really is.
and that's how it feels sometimes.
Yeah.
I believe the takeaway from this show is snacks are for the weak.
That's we title the episode something special, that's what it will be. Snacks are for the week. 7, Rhino.
Snacks unlimited, yeah.
Make use of free transportation. Saving time with Uber or other paid forms of transportation can be tempting, but will burn through your vacation savings before too long. Strike up a conversation and wait the few extra minutes for the bus, boats, or Skyliner, and save that cash for another aspect of Disney that you will get more of. I think that's definitely easier said than done at Walt Disney World, as opposed to like Disneyland. It's always so tempting when you're on that other side by like, is it Harbor Boulevard or whatever? Like where you're walking down the streets and you'd come in that way. Like you're always like, my hotel is just far enough away, and my legs have rubbed together just enough that I think I'll pay the $8, and that's where it always gets me. They get me there.
Well,
Yeah, it's a
now
Weight
we got to hear
Watchers
about your
meeting.
legs.
So, yeah. So there we are. We're talking about my inner thighs. Don't bring home gifts for everyone you know. I know the pressure can be on when it comes to pleasing the expectations of everyone back home, but the truth is you don't owe anyone anything. Spend that money enjoying your time away, not taking some unnecessary gifts to remind others of your hard-earned holiday. That seems
Is this
harsh,
still
and
something that people do?
I do.
I was wondering the same thing.
I do it. I try to get my mom something. She doesn't even live here. Like, she lives in Massachusetts. And I am always like, I wonder what my mom would like. So I'm always on the lookout for something for my mom. But other than that, I've gotten better about it.
Unless it's like that thing you see. Yeah. Unless it's like that thing you see and you go, oh my gosh, this person's going to love it. It's the character they love or whatever it is. We don't bring back anything for anybody.
I think Disney has changed things. This is no longer about what you can only find in a park. You can buy it online while you're waiting in line.
Well, and I feel like I want to point out to Craig when he just said, does anybody do this? That I just went with my friend Diane to Star Cruiser. And the whole time I was like, oh, I bet Craig would like this. Let me get this for Craig. So I do have a little stack of things I got for Craig over here. So I do it for people.
That was different because I asked you and I will pay you back for them.
I got you a surprise, though. I got you a surprise.
It's not just that. I'm talking like, I think about when I was growing up, it was like customary that regardless of where you went, Walt Disney World, the beach, you had to bring back saltwater taffy for random neighbors and anyone around. Like if someone checked on your house, like not went inside, just like looked at it from the outside and like, yep, it's still all good. Then they all of a sudden earned saltwater taffy. And I'm like, what?
There's your Gatlinburg hat.
What a weird tradition. But
CJ does that. Every time CJ's here, he makes me go to like World of Disney or whatever, and we're always looking for stuff for his coworkers. And he'll be like, spend all this money on like the pens and the whatever. I'm like, I would be not offended if you gave it to me, but I'd be like, could you just give me $5 instead?
Here's the reminder of this great vacation I took that you didn't get a chance to go on. So I hope you really enjoy it. Kevin talks about how when he was a kid, they had to bring back oranges for everybody. So you had to stop at the big orange on 192 and bring back the big bite me.
Was there a scurvy problem?
There was.
I'm
You
thinking
couldn't
like the
find
socks,
oranges in the winter in
socks-
Albany.
the socks in the bottom of the stockings at Christmas time. I think was something they did during the Great Depression. That's why
All the pirates had to get an orange.
Yeah.
We used to bring home. We used to drive, but we used to bring home oranges in the car every available spot because oranges weren't available in the winter.
My grandparents actually, they would come down for a month to stay with my great grandmother, and they always came back with like heaps of oranges, grapefruit, and I feel like there was another thing they used to get too. But yeah,
I can appreciate that.
I will say John is spot on though. The first like big trip I went on, I came back with a lot of presents for Kylie, and then I did it for the second one. And after the second one, she's like, please stop buying me gifts from places that I didn't get to go and see and experience. Like, I felt bad that I left. I'm sorry. I thought that this would make it better, but apparently it just reminds you that you weren't with me. So
Gift cards work really well.
You didn't go to Italy. Here's this great present for you.
$50 Darden gift card for the Olive Garden. There you go.
Well, Craig, I know like when we've done like two dudes or whatever, we always like at the last day, we're like, all right, we got to get something for our wives. That was like,
so it was very well thought out. Yeah.
The
last day, right?
Very thoughtful.
That's like shopping in the airport gift shop.
Yeah.
There's only one time I've been that thoughtful with a gift. Maybe I'll share it on Patreon. I'm not doing it here, but yeah, only one time that I was that thoughtful. But Rhino, are we at the end of the list?
Let me just float one more thing to
okay.
the end of the list. Let me float one more thing. Have you ever brought back something for free as a gift for somebody? Have you ever grabbed like a coaster from a Disney restaurant?
For Craig all the time.
Yeah, he does bring me back coasters.
I do. Everywhere I go, if it's like a brewery where it's got cool, anything where there's like a cool sort of like iconography or something like that on it, or they've got like just like a neat design, I always shove a bunch in my bag, and I'm like, Craig's gonna love them.
Yeah, stickers.
Yeah, like the media cruises, Disney gives you stuff.
Like stickers.
Yeah, I'll give those away.
All right, my last one here is don't forget your basics. Take your time before you leave and collect your supplies when they are on sale in your local area. Every bit counts, and if you can save $40 or $50 on a week's worth of basics like toiletries, medication, sunscreen, moisturizer, deodorant, etc., then that is a quick service lunch you can now afford.
I'm going to go one step further. Something we do is, in addition to our toiletries, I bring a bag of over-the-counter medicine, because nothing is worse than being on vacation, especially a cruise. In the middle of the night, you got a cough, your sinuses hurt, you got a cut or something, and then you're trying to find someplace that's open where you can buy something. We always bring our own over-the-counter medicines, especially because you don't know what you do.
I know what you're saying was very helpful, but in my mind, you were saying we always bring medicine because it sells really well over there. like you were using it to barter.
Yeah, when we get off at Castaway Cay, we like to sell it to the locals. What?
All the cast members that are stuck on there.
Yeah,
I meant
this ibuprofen.
Look at this generic ibuprofen.
Yeah.
But I think it's more about for me. I don't want to be in the middle of the night. I don't want to be somewhere where I don't know where I can get something. I just want to bring a few things we rarely use them, but it's an insurance policy.
I always have cough drops, and like you said, like cough drops, because that is the thing where you're always, all of a sudden you're going to get it, whether you're on the plane or whatever. And they're the one thing that a lot of times like isn't in the local little mart at the front, or down in the gift shop or whatever. And so that's my like big one.
Well, it's also where Disneyland wins versus Walt Disney World, because I don't know how much business I've given to the CVS and Walgreens right down at the end of the street over the years, because that it's like, well, I mean, it's really not taking that much time, and yeah, it's the same. It's drugstore prices, so a little bit more expensive than if you would go to Target or anywhere else, but it has saved my life a lot. If it happened to me at Walt Disney World, I'd probably just suffer. So I don't need medicine. Again, just like snacks, only the weak need medicine. So.
I wish you were kidding, but having roomed with you, I know you're not.
It's once it gets really bad, then I'll start taking something. But
once it's bad, ask when it could help.
Yeah. So, well, those were really great ways to save money and allow you to buy, I guess, other things that you do deem to be better on your vacation, or just take more vacations in general. So fun list, fun little conversation there. Thank you so much for sharing what you learned there, Rhino. And at this point of the show, I'm going to give everyone a chance. Does anyone have any last minute thing to say here before we wrap up? Any final plugs? Anything at all? The floor is yours.
Just to remind people about the after show. That was it. But you said that at the beginning of the show, but I'd like to say it at the end too.
Okay. Nope. I appreciate you bringing that back up. So then I guess that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Diz Unlimited. I almost said the last name, and so I had to catch myself.
I've been messing that up too.
Yeah. So it'll happen probably here and there. Thank you so much to everyone who took the time to listen and watch this. Thank you so much to our panel today, including Rhino, John, Kevin, and Corey. Thank you for the very fun conversation, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Next time we'll work where we say it all at once. Like, oh, thank you. So rather than
thank yous are for the week.
Thank you, sir, for the week. That's the new outro. That's the...
I'm liking it. I'm digging it. So thank yous must be for the week, I guess. But thank you again to everyone out there for listening and watching. We truly do appreciate you. If you are watching this on YouTube, can you do me a favor and go ahead, click the subscribe button if you did enjoy this and you want to let us know. You can always hit the thumbs up. And of course, you can always leave us comments, questions, and video section suggestions in the comments section. And if you are listening to this, subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. And also, too, if you want to support us more, you can also book a vacation through Dreams Unlimited Travel, and you can get a free, no obligation quote on your next vacation today at dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. But that's going to do it for us today. On behalf of myself and the rest of the Diz Unlimited team, I want to thank you so much from the bottom of all our hearts for your patience and waiting for us to come back. And I hope for some of you out there it was worth the wait, and for others, well, maybe we'll get you next time. We'll see. But that's going to do it for this week's episode. We'll see you again real soon. Take care. Bye everyone.